Back in 2013, a stock tracking firm, Motley Fool by name, tried to explain why it had decided to say that Starbucks is one of America's best companies to work for. In those years, Starbucks had a great reputation. It treated its workers well. The reason we knew that was it said so all the time, over and over again, and it liked to tell the story of their former chief executive, a man named Howard Schultz, who attributed to his father's shaky job. The father never knew when he would be paid or not paid, troubles when he got hurt on the job. And the story was told, I believe in Fortune magazine and elsewhere, that Mr. Schultz was determined to never reproduce for his employees what his father had suffered on the job. Nice story. I wish it were true. The problem at Starbucks is part-time labor. You only get many of the benefits that Starbucks talks about if you work 20 hours or more, but getting to work 20 hours or more is not easy. Turns out Starbucks needs a lot of workers at certain hours of the day and not many workers at other hours of the day. So they insist on having schedules that are weird and changing from day to day, week to week, and plugging their workers in when it's convenient and profitable for them to be there. And that means many workers don't get the number of hours a week they need to qualify for the benefits that they like to talk about. 2/3 of the company's payroll is part-time workers. And according to a PBS Frontline report, if you want to work 32 hours a week, for example, to secure your access to health care, you have to make yourself available for 70% of the hours that the store is open, allowing them to plug you in how, where, and when they want you to. Now put that together with the average pay for a Starbucks barista. Ready? $9.50 an hour, including tips. Well, folks, if you work in the places where Starbucks are concentrated, New York, Washington, Seattle, places like that, you can't live very well, if at all, on $9.50 an hour with tips when you're working 20 or 30 hours a week. But the problem is, if you don't know from week to week when your hours are, it's even harder. You can't have a second job because you can't fix your schedule. It puts you in an impossible situation. And why do I tell you this? To show you that Starbucks had a reputation it didn't deserve? No, you probably guessed that. I don't want to criticize Mr. Schultz or anybody else at Starbucks. Starbucks is doing what the system has it do. You want to make money, you're a profit-making corporation, you have shareholders to please, bankers to pay interest to, you do what's profitable. That's what you're there for, that's why you went to business school, that's why your job as executive exists. If you don't want the outcome of Starbucks, the reality that's so different from the reputation, it's the system you got to deal with, not the particulars of this or that practitioner.